Five Nights at Freddy's is known first and foremost for one thing. Jump scares. These forms of shock content served as a revolutionary new style of horror combined with the lack of movement and absence of information. Whether the good ones, the bad ones, or the downright atrocious ones, you gotta admit that these things come in all shapes and sizes. But listen, I know you read the title, you just want to see what the worst ones are, so I'm not gonna lollygag anymore. Sub if you like. Once again, I'm doing this for every single FNaF game there is. Or at least I'll try to talk about every game. So let me start off with the first game. So Five Nights at Freddy's 1 only has 6 jump scares to choose from, but there is one jump scare that really stands out from the rest of them because of its lack of terror and underwhelming execution. Bonnie's jump scare is just mid. What, you thought I was gonna say Foxy? Hell nah! If we only acknowledge this, I don't even know what to call this. A greeting?
Hello.
Check up to see if I'm okay, but regardless. This, not scary. This, scary as balls. When you see those empty curtains, then switch to the hallway and see this quarter of a ton behemoth stumbling down at 50 kilometers an hour towards your office, you most likely violently blast poo-poo from your butt crack and scramble to close the door. This, on the other hand, like, what is this? I already see that some people are gonna argue that Chica is basically the same thing, but to me, those unblinking, soulless eyes are just too jarring for me to ignore. Bonnie, on the other hand, what? Tries to eat me like I'm a delicious 5-star meal? Sorry man, I'm a quarter pounder from Burger King on a good day. Which segues perfectly into the next game where Bonnie once again makes an honorable mention. Well, at least in this game, he doesn't try to chomp me because he can't, but instead tries to choke me? What the fuck, Bonnie? I know you like me, but not that much. But no, the real crime this game commits is Golden Freddy. Let me just jog your mind to remember how that jump scare looks like. Yup, that's it. What is this Looney Tunes looking ass jump scare? The only thing that is missing is a swirly background and cartoon transition music. You think I'm joking? Here, fucking look at it. Seriously underutilized potential. Also, quick side tangent. While jogging my brain for this video and looking at all the jump scares for this game specifically, a lot of them were pretty underwhelming. I don't know, something about them just isn't scary. Maybe it has to do with how out of place these jump scares feel. Like, I feel like they were just green screened on rather than them being an actual part of the environment. People clown a lot on FNaF 3 for having boring jump scares, but really FNaF 2 isn't any better either. Like, the main things that are pulling the third game down are those Springtrap jump scares, so to not criticize FNaF 2 with the same problem is kinda bizarre. Okay, now I think that I said what needed to be said. Now on to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I'm not gonna duke you with this one. It's the Springtrap jump scares. Not even any one of them specifically. Both of them have the same problem, which is also the same issue that Foxy's jump scare has in FNaF 1, and that is that it really feels like Springtrap is your homie and wants to check in on you if you're doing well. Hey man, I know that times have been rough these last few months ever since your girlfriend left you, but trust me bro, these emotions you have right now brewing an explosive cocktail within you, that's all gonna pass soon brother. That ship has sailed fam, and now all you can do is help yourself and turn over a new page. Now get over here you. I guess Phantom Chica's jump scare is also pretty mid. It's like if a diabetic were to walk up to you and ask where the snack aisle is. The rest are all actually pretty good, but that's a topic for a baiting sequel. As I've stated before, I think that FNaF 4 is probably the most overvalued game in the FNaF franchise, but I think that the jump scares are fairly effective. While you're listening and staring into the pitch black darkness of the hallway, you fuck it up and get shot back 10 meters away from the chair in reaction to the goddamn sound waves obliterating you. But I made a video about that already, so I'm not gonna talk about it here. Technically, I could say that the Halloween versions of the original jump scares like Jacko Chica are the worst because they're just lazy reskins of the original, but I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm gonna say that any jump scare that happens in the middle of your room, except Chica's jump scare because that scary cupcake looking ass thing is terrifying, are the worst. I don't really have any reason why I've decided to choose those specifically. Funnily enough, for all the trashing I do on this game, it probably has the most consistent jump scares in terms of quality. Really solid stuff.
Holy shit! Did you just come in your sister?
FNaF Sister Location is probably the most decisive game the franchise has to offer. You're either part of the group who thinks it's hot shit, or you're part of the group that believes that Satan himself couldn't have produced a bigger sin on humanity. I don't know, I guess I fall somewhere in the middle with a neutral opinion, and I would argue that it is the same for the jump scares. Although I will argue that this game's jump scare sound effect is in contention for the absolute worst jump scare sound effect out of all of them, rivaled only by FNaF 6's jump scare sound effect. I get it sounds like it's being tortured, but The only thing you're torturing is my fucking ears. Regardless, I'm not exactly sure which one is my least favorite one. Every jump scare from the main game spans from okay to fucking perfect. Maybe Ennard's jump scare from Custom 9 is the worst. It just kind of feels plain and uninspired. Like, the rest of the game uses the movable faceplates these characters have to a great extent, so I have no clue why Scott didn't do the same for Ennard here. You could argue that the mask is a solid piece, but not in the trail, fuckers! Also, dude appears from under the screen, which suggests that indecent activities were taking place.
What do you mean by that?
Thank me for putting that image in your head. Pizzeria Simulator is so similar to FNaF 4 in this aspect, I literally don't have much to talk about. I've decided to go with Afton's jump scare as the worst one. Nothing wrong with the jump scare itself, but do I really gotta tell you that Jimmy Neutron ain't scary? I swear, this dude got all the answers to the world's problems, but just wants to kill a bunch of kids. On admirable quality. The next few games, once again, I don't really have a lot to talk about. FNaF World. I'm not actually sure if this game has any actual jump scares. It's got lore bits, but I'm not sure about spooky scary. Special delivery. I wanna be honest. I know jack shit about this game. All I know is that it's played on the phone and that it sucks ass. No, I don't know which jump scare is the worst. I just talk about it to make the video long. FNaF VR. I mean, all the jump scares are fucking identical. Shaky head scary. I'd say all of them are the best and worst jump scares. There, I've solved that problem easily. Security breach. All of them suck ass. But I like to have Roxy jump scare me as much as she wants to. Semicolon closed bracket. Yeah, I guess that's it. What the fuck are you still doing here?